Hello, 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 Sagittarius. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody is okay. Getting you all set up here. For those of you that are going to be here a little bit later, maybe not live, I just want to apologize for not getting these out sooner. This is for the week of the 14th through the 20th of September. Usually I have all my readings out by Saturday morning and no later than 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, but usually I have them done by Friday night. But I live in Oregon in the United States, and we are on fire everywhere. So we actually had to pack and try to see if we were going to evacuate and I was sort of doing that for a couple days. So I apologize that these are late. So let's get started. So this is for Sagittarius for the 14th through the 20th. Now, what's really interesting for the 14th through the 20th for you guys is there's a new moon coming in on the 17th. So, and when we get into that new moon, that means that there's going to be a whole new time for abundance. So if you're not familiar with the moon, so the backside from the full moon to the new moon is releasing, and then the new moon to the full moon is all about well, it's about abundance, getting the things that you actually sow. So, and we sow on the backside. So I'm getting you all confused. Anyway, there's a full moon or a new moon on the 17th. So we got to look forward to that because we're in the Mars retrograde, and the Mars retrograde is going to be a bugger until November 13th. Almost forgot. So if you haven't seen the Mars retrograde reading, you can go ahead and see that because you'll need to have some tools to get through it. Keep your sanity, not create so many fights or get in fights, because Mars is actually a very conflicting planet, wants to be aggressive, one of these guys. So you want to sort of watch that and get your tools and put them on your tool belt and be ready to go until November 13th. And then after that, I hate to say it, but there's even more, but I'm not going to go into that today. So till the end of the year, we are going to have all kinds of stuff. So let's get started. So for those that are brand new, I'm doing the energies with the oracles, and then we are going to go into the cards. The energies for the week of the 14th through the 20th, please. And I get my messages through the divine. I start with the divine. They send me all kinds of people or spirits, angels, whoever wants to come through, but it's all in love and light. I don't let any dark, lower energies come through, any vibrations of lowness come through. Do not go there. So we don't want to do that. Homie, don't play that. All right, so let's see what we've got for energies here for Sagittarius for the 14th through the 20th. Now I'm going to sneeze. It's so smoky outside, it's in our house. So if I'm sneezing or rubbing my eyes, I don't have allergies. I'm not sick. It's just the smoke is literally in our house as well. We've got home as one of the cards. And that is actually something that we are focusing on right now, especially in the Pacific Northwest and California. We're all in our homes trying to stay away from the smoke, but we're going to actually see. Woo, okay, fine. We have rock bottom, and then we also have goblins. I'm going to read the goblins one for you. Actually, because the goblins one is basically somebody's watching, somebody's observing, somebody's in that sense. But sometimes it's nice to read that for people that are brand new. I'm also looking at the numbers. So we have 1, 5, and 9. So we have something almost at completion at home, whatever that is. So there's something at home that's really good. 1 is actually the start of something. So if you are at the rock bottom, just know that you are actually going to be going up now. Yes, yes, yes. Or maybe it's a lesson that you've learned, that kind of thing. So that's where we're going with that for the number. We are going to sort of be all at rock bottom for a while, just because everything is so uncertain in this Mars retrograde. So just understand that you're not alone in that at all. Trust me. So let's see what so that I can explain this a little bit more clearly with the goblins. So the goblins, if you look, there's a little entity down below that's sort of peeking and steering. You see a bunch of eyes in there and sort of like a Halloween-y kind of look, right? So the goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. Sort of like when you're, it's sort of like bringing in an ancestral curse kind of thing, that kind of thing. So from that point, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There, they remind you of what brought them into being. By mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, and unloved. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and feeling that you're lacking what you need. If the goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self. I'm thinking and hearing things as I'm reading. Or someone else's, and that they're leading you into potentially reactive situation. So a goblin's card appears in an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. So as I'm reading this, whoever's coming through is putting these all together. So they're like, they all go together. So, and what they're meaning by that, home is self. This is the home within inside you. So this is all about you internally, your home. It doesn't mean your physical home. It means the vehicle that you're in. The rock bottom is actually your not self-love of yourself, of your self-value, where actually the goblins come in. So that's why they chose these cards. The energies for these cards is somebody in this next week is struggling really, really hard with valuing themselves. Not only valuing themselves, but maybe the people around them as well. And how can you value somebody around you if you don't even value yourself? Because then you sort of get bitter, you get angry, those kind of things. Thank you for that. So, and for those of you who are brand new, I say thank you a lot because I'm thanking whoever is coming and giving me this information. So I want to be respectful. So please understand. So, can you repeat that again? Sorry about that. So when we have a situation where we are been traumatized, where we've been victimized, where we've been just maybe bullied, maybe just lack of support, that kind of thing, then we begin to self-destruct is what I call it. And that is not a healthy place to be, especially in this retrograde. Ooh, you're going to have some strength to get through. Let's see if the strength card comes up. You're going to have some strength to get through this retrograde, but understand that your rock bottom is there's no place to go but up. So it's time for growth. It's time for you maybe to, and this is the time to do it, is to start looking at self, inner self. And where do you begin? You begin with spirit. Because spirit is all about truth, all about, and it's not human. It's like whoever's pounded crap into your head, it is, that's human, that's earth. There is nothing that here on earth that is factual. And in the retrograde, that's what the retrograde is going to be all about. Look at the facts. The fact is the divine created you. The fact is that you should have self-worth because the divine is love, or creator is love, or universe is love. Doesn't matter what faith you believe in. The basis of everything is love. Right? So you have to get to that basis in your self-worth and self-love. Sometimes that may take coaching. Sometimes that may not. It all just depends on how strong you are to do your own homework. All right. So let's see what else we have going on there. So it might not even be a self-worth, self-love. It might be maybe somebody you not allowing them to love you. Maybe you deserve, everybody deserves love. So maybe are you letting somebody love you? So whatever is going on with you with this rock bottom, you're really stressing over it. You are really stressing. You're losing sleep. Maybe you're even having night terrors, but you are just so consumed. Thank you. is they're saying you're, and I got goosebumps on that. Somebody is so consumed about their problem, their situation, that they cannot see straight. And that would come out with, yes, there's going to be change. There is going to be restructuring. Like in Oregon here, with families losing their homes, having to evacuate, there is a major change. So during this retrograde, it's like a shakeup during the Mars retrograde, because Mars is all about warrior and shaking and conflict and this kind of stuff. It's a resetting. It's a purging. This is a purging time, a resetting time. And Satan. I didn't mean Satan. I meant to say Saturn. Saturn is on the opposing side of Mars. I can't talk today. Opposing side of Mars, where Saturn is sort of the gentle one. Say, hey, Mars, just mellow out. It's okay. No, I want it, So it's all about change and resetting and things like that. So, gosh, this is all, I just want to put them all up. So far, this is just huge. So your home is your vehicle, your body, your insides. It doesn't have to be your personal home. Now, for some of you, there might be some things in your personal home. Maybe you're having conflict with your husband or your wife or your kids, or maybe you've got visitors, that just came because of the evacuation if you're on the West Coast. Maybe you just got all this stuff going on that you've got to figure through, and it's really causing you some real heartache and headache. So whatever that is, think about what you're going through right now, and whatever that is it is a time for a change. There is going to be a change. There is going to be a shift. I'll be surprised if we don't see the tower. Remember, I said the tower and what else did I say? Tower and strength, or tower and something. When it pops up, I'll know. So definitely, because remember, the goblins are all about, allowing yourself to grow. You have to learn how to grow. Stop sabotaging yourself. I used to sabotage myself the whole time. Thank you for that. So I'm being reminded that family is the best sabotager. So that's what they're saying. And I could tell you that because when I started bodybuilding and competing, they laughed. My family's like, yeah, you've yo-yo dieted before. You've been through that before. Oh, you've done this before. You're never going to make it. Blah, 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 blah. And did less than a year. I think it was about a year I stepped on a bodybuilding stage. And the year before that, I was 215 pounds. I stepped on stage at 136. So don't let people sabotage you, because then your mind process, your thought process is being destructive and not constructive and not proactive. It's being reactive. We don't want to do that. So we have the Page of Cups. So there's a message coming, something new, something good, something of the heart. So this is good. But remember, if you are single, if you are broken and you're working on your self-value, your self-worth, this is not a time to date. This is not a time to date. With everything going on, you don't want to get into a conversation where it turns to be a low vibrational rather than a lifting high vibrational. You want to go into any type of relationship full and whole. So this time, whatever it is for you guys, Sagittarius, this is a time for self-reflection. And I know you guys hate that because it's like, how boring is that? I wanted to know if there was a love coming in. I didn't say there wasn't, but it's going to be up to you to really come in as a whole. So I don't know what's going on, but there's some major stuff going on with some of you guys here. So let's see what else is going on here. But I don't know what this message is that's coming in. It's going to be something fairly new. Are these upside down? Yeah, I got them upside down. Sorry. So we have something coming up. There is a celebration coming up somewhere in the week. Now, this might be around the 17th, because remember, 17th is a new moon. New moon. So, thank you. Now, this probably is going to come after the new moon, but all this self-thinking and trying to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to think negative anymore. Every time I have a negative thought, I'm going to start thinking positive. So those kind of things, you're releasing the negative, the bad kind of thinking. That is what's happening from the full moon to the new moon. We're releasing, we're getting rid of the garbage, we're getting rid of the crap, and you're replacing it with new. So this is time to plant a seed. This is a time to plant something that you want to grow. So if you want to start working on your nutrition or whatever like that, and you're like, I don't know where to start, you can actually look on my Get Balance. There's a lot of nutrition videos on there for coaching. And the thing is that you got to start somewhere. So where do you start? You just have to start. That's all it is. Say, okay, I'm going to change my plate size down to a small size. I'm going to change my, I'm not going to eat sugars or whatever it is, you're going to do that. So you'll have to do that right before the new moon, because when the new moon comes in, whatever you start doing is going to continue, and it's going to flourish with the new moon. All right. All right, so let's see what else. So this celebration, I think, is going to be coming at the new moon, somewhere around the new moon or after. Yeah. Now, this is a celebration, maybe something that has just come to light. I feel like it's something new, something that, because we're got two things together there. So we have something new, something being offered, something being maybe shared. And with the Three of Cups, that is a sharing thing. So interesting. All right, let's see what else there's there. Now, if you're just coming on, just know that you can come in and ask questions. You can also tell me where you're from, say hello. I love that, love that. Questions will be answered towards the end. And it's also a good time to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed before and you like what I'm doing, then please subscribe, share, like, and then hit the bell if you subscribe so you know when I'm on live. I do all my readings live pretty much, and they are weekly, but then you also get to see live like the retrogrades, the full moons, the new moons and that kind of stuff. All right, so the Emperor is next. The Emperor is out. So we have some authority, some wisdom. So maybe this person here, the celebration or whatever is coming. So maybe think about a mentor, think about a boss, think about somebody that maybe has a lot more wisdom. And you know what? Sometimes younger people, you think that they don't have old wisdom. In reincarnation, you don't know how many times they've been reincarnated, and they could have very old wisdom. So you have to think about those too. So there is somebody coming into the picture, and I have a feeling it has to do with communication and sharing some information to help you. So whether it be a coach, whether it be and even could be a pastor, it could be even a dad, it could be an uncle, could be somebody of that nature, bringing you some wisdom. And I think they're going to help you with this here. So give them the chance to share and help you with whatever problem that you're actually dealing with. All right. All right. This, what I'm keep hearing is about sabotaging. So I don't know, sabotage. I need to do one on the empaths and sabotaging, the energies of sabotaging, because with sabotaging, we do it a lot to ourselves, but we allow people to sabotage us without even knowing. Did you know manipulation has a form of sabotage? And sometimes they'll manipulate to like you, like in a relationship or something. And the thing is, if the divine didn't really want you there, but they manipulated their way in, then it just has wasted time, because you'll learn lessons that you really didn't need to have to know, unfortunately, from somebody being very manipulative. All right. All right. Let's see what else there is here. Here we go again. So there's something going on here. Very, very happy. So we got a double. We got a double Three of Cups, which is very, very happy. So somebody is coming together with something very joyful. This is a very joyful news. Whatever is coming in is very joyful as well. It's like what I get is I get the energy and the feeling of like, I can breathe. I can now breathe. So whether you're going through a hard situation with the COVID and all that kind of stuff, maybe the finance, I don't see any pentacles here, but, something that's going to give you relief and also help you, give you a resource, wisdom resource. And then I think these nightmares or these, you can't sleep, you tossing and turning, all that kind of stuff has come to an end. Because this person is going to help you with your self-value, your self-worth, that kind of thing. All right. But there's still some major change coming. Something's going away or stopping for something to come into place. So just be mindful this next week while you're going through the waning. It's called the waning moon and coming into the fourth quarter. Yeah, we're in the fourth quarter. So of just releasing. If you've got whatever it is, get rid of it, release it, because it's not meant to be there. It's ready to be done, and a new is supposed to come in. New is supposed to come in. All right. Yeah. All right. Whoa. This is funny. So we have definitely the Hangman. And the Hangman is about insight. Remember, we are going to, and he's next to wisdom. So he's coming in insight. So insight meaning while you're focusing in on yourself and all the stuff that you need to do to get yourself out of this dilemma, this problem, but mostly this self-esteem issue, is that you need to be mindful of what people are saying or hearing around you in the positive. So a lot of the times we don't want to hear it. Like, for example, if you love to draw like me and somebody says, "Oh, you're a really good artist," and you're like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." That's really not good for you. You just have to say thank you and think positive. Maybe I am a good artist. So that's what they're talking about. The insight of what people are telling you that are lifting you up. You have to know that their perspective isn't yours. So you have to sort of listen to that to a point, just because a lot of the times if you hear it over and over and over again, maybe it's true, at least from an earthly standard. There is movement again. And we knew there was going to be movement because we're going from an old phase, something ending, to a new phase. And the Chariot, very confident in the moving forward. It's not a fast movement. It's not going to be a really fast movement. And again, we have the Eight of Swords. Really conflicted, really unsure, not sure. Again, these two cards go together so well. I'm playing the victim. Woe is me. No. You know, everybody's going through it too. So, I mean, it's sort of the same thing. You know what I mean? That kind of example is just like, no, you know, look at me. Look at, I'm all tied up. Look at me. Look at this. Look at that. Look at me. Oh my gosh. It's that pity party kind of thing, that mentality. That is keeping you stuck and down and in the bottom. So you have to begin to change your thought process. All right. And then we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is actually very confident, very independent. She's a little bit of a social butterfly. She really knows how to communicate, really get through. And I love that the Ten of Pentacles showed up, because with the Ten of Pentacles, maybe this is the joyful part. So Ten of Pentacles is all about, I love the Ten of Pentacles because the Ten of Pentacles is about completion, something at the very end, which this is pretty close to the end of the week. And with that, you have completion, and you have not only career, you have it all. You have love, you have truth, you have money, you have unconditional love. It's family. It goes along with very, very much joyful, because it's like, woo, all that hard work is paid off. That's what it's about. And that's what you do. Now, the thing is, too, this hard work could also mean that you've worked on yourself and maybe you've made a baby step up. I'm no longer thinking that negative about myself. I'm not sabotaging myself as much. You know, that's a baby step. That's really, really good. So that will help you get there, too. All right, let's see. Is there anything else in here? I don't see any love right now, and this isn't a time for that. I know that people want me to do a love one, but there's always love, but I mean, it's a relationship. This is a time that you really, because you're not going to, even if you came across a love relationship right now, it's not going to hold because of the way that your low self-esteem is, or your low self-worth is, or you just nobody wants to go into a relationship hearing the victim's mentality. We want to go in confident. We want to go in strong. We want to go in with love and compassion and all the energy that we have to give somebody else, to show that what we're made of, what God made us to be. Yeah. So this isn't a time for really love for Sagittarius. But on the flip side, Saturn is pretty strong sexually. So yeah. So so that might be a thing too. All right. So we do have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is, again, depression, unhappy, just like melancholy is just, but here's again, focusing on the problem. And do you see that offering is coming? See the cup in the cloud there? The offering's coming, but you can't even see it because, like I said, you have to be insightful of what is going on around you. But if you're so focused on the problem and you can't see the solution out there, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it, and that opportunity is gonna just pass you right by. And we have the King, or the Knight of Cups, which is a fairly fast moving, a focused. He's confident. He's moving forward. And you're going to miss that opportunity if you stay focused. Be focused and mindful on yourself, but also keep your eyes open, keep your head up, and keep looking around. But keep yourself in your head there. So, and then we have the Six of Cups. A lot of cups all of a sudden. So a lot of things of the heart. And we have the Star. The Star is all about happiness, but it's also about like temperance. There's a balance between spirit and earth there. So this here with the Six of Cups, this might be somebody of wisdom. This might be coming up to help you with the change. This is somebody that with this change here. This is somebody that you already know. This is somebody that it could be from a far past. It could be just somebody that is recent. But this person you feel safe with, you feel grounded with, you feel like you can talk to them, you can share with them, and everything is okay. You don't have to play this person with this person of wisdom, whoever that is. Again, wisdom doesn't have to be an older person like me. It could be somebody in their 20s. It just depends on how many times they've been reincarnated. So there's a lot. This is a very self-searching week for you guys. Now on the 17th, remember, things are going to sort of flip for you. So make sure you get all your ducks in a row before the 17th. And then what I mean by that is really like, I don't know, this keeps coming up and they keep telling me, stop thinking negative, replace it with a positive. Stop thinking negative, replace it with a positive. I don't know who that's for. And they're saying the negativism has to end. So apparently they're wanting this to happen. They want this joyous to come. They want that to happen, and they're trying to get you to get that to happen, because it brings a lot of love, peace, and it actually brings a calming in you when you can do that. So all right. So Sagittarius, that was a reading. I'm sorry I was late this week. And please subscribe and hit the bell, and you will know when I'm on live. And I have actually 3 more readings to do today. So if you have a question, you don't have to come in your sign. You can always look in another sign and say hello. People from all over the world have come on and said hello, and I love it. So, but I think I'm doing a new moon reading on the 16th, I believe. So if you want to come in on that one, that would be a lot of fun. And we'll see what the middle of the month has to offer with the Mars retrograde as well. Otherwise, please bring a friend, share, like, tell people about it. Go on my Facebook, go on actually, if you're empath or you have abilities, there's a whole series on the playlist about empath, and see what you like about that. And I would love to hear your comments and your feedback and what you would like to see and hear. All right, talk to you soon. See you next week on the 21st. Oh no, well, if I don't see you on the new moon, see you on the 21st.